Good morning. Good morning. It's been a while, guys. Today is November 30th and it's pretty chilly this morning, 51 degrees. The sun is coming out and I thought it was time to give you an update on what we've got going on. Took a break there for a while because we had so much going on. But today I'm going to be doing a lot of weeding, some transplanting, and just maintenance in the garden. Last week I put broccoli starts in this row on either side. I put green cabbage on this row on either side, and then this one here we terminated some other greens and put turnips on either side. Our rutabagas are going crazy. Our Brussels sprouts are putting little sprouts on, and this is our first year growing those, so we've got a mix of Brussels sprouts and rutabagas in this patch. Over here we have Napa cabbage, Chinese cabbage. They are heading up and they look beautiful. Got a couple of rows of those. And over here we've got our pak choy. They're our little miniature pak choy, I guess you would say. I mean, they're not the full size, and some leeks planted in between. I've harvested some pak choy, so those leeks are by themselves. Over here are more rutabagas. They look great. Shoot, I've got to get these radishes. I think they're probably ready. Yeah, looks like they're pretty ready. They've been beyond the 25 days that they generally take. In between I've got lettuces. It's been kind of warm, so I think well, they've been a little bit bitter, so, but now it's cooling up, and we'll see how those go. But aren't these beautiful rutabagas? About the size of my fist, if not larger. Probably be taking those up soon. We harvested all of our roselle. We actually planted too much this year. That whole row, I still haven't processed through it all. But you live and you learn, and we definitely won't be without roselle for a little bit. Let's see here. There's this end of the Napa. And you see we've got some snail pressure, bug pressure. Figuring out how to work through all of that. We have tatsoi greens, which are beautiful. Some of them are going to seed, as you can see. But they are a wonderful stir-fry vegetable, salad vegetable, nice replacement for spinach if you have a hard time growing spinach. May not taste exactly the same, but it's got the same kind of feel. There's some Salanova lettuces. In the first row here we've got collard greens. And then over here we've got, I know it's kind of hard to tell the differences in the rows, but we've got cabbages. And then the next row we've got broccoli, and they are starting to provide heads, which is absolutely incredible. Incredible. These are a little bit, we planted this row of broccoli a little bit behind that row over there, just so that we could have some kind of succession, but they're already putting some green on as well. Beautiful garden full of greens this year. This row here are our onions from Dixondale Farm. Got about 250 to 300 of those, give or take. And this is a garlic row right here. We got purple garlic from Burpee Seeds and Chilium Red in here. And then where after this marker we have Chilium Italian. And then of course you can see our beautiful carrots coming in. Some of them are spotty, but hey, it's a beautiful success. And down here we've actually had success with Swiss chard, typically what is known as the rainbow Swiss chard. I think this particular one is called, or mix is called Bright Lights. Aren't they beautiful? I've got to start harvesting those. I forgot to show you these peppers here. Aren't they just beautiful? They are beautiful. They are very heavy bearers, but these are not the regular jalapenos. These are called nadapenos. You probably are familiar with them, but they're nadapenos because they're jalapenos, but they're not hot. So they are not regular jalapenos, but they do have so many peppers on them. And I don't know if regular jalapeno plants grow or have so many fruits on them, but these do. And I've got some habaneros over here, same way. They're called habanadas because they're not hot. They're habaneros, but they're not hot. And I think they have to turn orange, but this is getting pretty big and it hasn't turned orange. I don't think any of them have actually, but we're gonna see. And this is supposed to be a pepper plant as well, but I haven't seen it bloom or anything, so I'm just waiting. Something that I'm really excited about is that last week was Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We did. The weekend before Friday is when I started actually selling some produce at a small stand outside of a clinic, and it's just been an encouragement, and I'm finally getting to where I can sell some things. Don't obviously have a huge clientele right now, but that's okay. That will come, but at least we're getting started, and that's been our goal. We don't have everything figured out yet. We don't know quite exactly how to do this succession planting so that we always have plenty coming in. We're not really familiar fully with the market and what people are really interested in. So I'm going to try to take some of these nadapenos to the stand and see how they go over, see if people would prefer the hot ones or if they would actually prefer the mild version. And mostly what I have to sell this season is our greens, because that's what grows right now. Had we been successful fully with our tomatoes this year and they all survived, I would probably have taken tomatoes as well, but I'll probably go ahead and take some of this Swiss chard and some more of this kale and whatever of this tatsoi is available, the Napa, not Napa yet, pak choy, because I have plenty of that, and obviously the collards, some kale, and mustards is basically what I took last time. But I'm waiting for these broccoli and cabbages to head up, and I'll have plenty of that to provide as well and to offer. But I'm set up, my schedule is that I'm set up to do it every Friday for a couple of hours. And I think that's just perfect to get me started, to get me into the role of things, and to get familiar, kind of cut my teeth and really find out what to expect, etc. So I'm super excited about that. And let's just get going with the day and see what happens. I'm just really loving how everything is turning out, and just having fun with it. So over here in the 1,000 square foot garden, we have more of the Salanova. It actually looks better than the one over in the big garden, the row over in the big garden. So when I go to market this Friday, either Thursday night or Friday morning, we're going to go ahead and harvest about 10 bags of these to sell at the market and see how they do. I can't wait to see how they sell, but also to show you guys our wash station and dry system, wash pack station. Corey built it, and it's really simple, but it works. It gets these things clean, and we're really excited about this Salanova because it's so beautiful, and delightful. Obviously some heads are doing better than others, just differences in soil, differences in whatever the case may be, but this is our first time growing it, so let's see what happens. We've got this crazy vine growing all in our rows here, and it grows really thick. And it's such a challenge because you don't really ever get all of it. And so if you miss some days of weeding, it just takes right back over. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I mean, at least it's not all over the garden. But these couple of rows makes me not want to weed them because it's just annoying. Especially with having a kind of a mulch down, which is the termination of our sun hemp. It's hard to get these vines out from underneath them because they grow up in, and it's hard to find out where the roots are. So that's the kind of downside of using the sun hemp, which was our cover crop, to basically chop and drop. But I think for the most part, the good outweighs the bad on that. But it's still annoying. Man, it's so crisp out here. It feels great. I'm layered up because I get cold, but if you layer up right, it's not bad. And you don't risk getting sick. Now this is another invasive. This here is betony. It's got edible roots and they are good. They're nice and sweet, but I really don't want it growing as a weed in my garden. What happens is these white running roots turn into tubers, like long, they kind of look like long white worms. I'm not sure that any of these are that mature, but their root systems kind of string out, as you can see, and so they spread, and it's really difficult to get all of those out. I've been working on those the past few minutes. I have them in my herb garden as well, which I don't mind them there. They can be a ground cover for all I care. But even though they're edible, there's maybe a tuber starting up there. And the greens, they may be edible too. I'm thinking could be a salad green, but I haven't looked that up. So you'd have to double check that. I believe it's just called Florida betony. But that's an invasive thing as well. Look at that beautiful thing. Here at the end of the Swiss chard tomato row, I put a couple of rows of Napa, and on the right side on down until it gets to the tomatoes. And then down here where I had some spent mustard greens, I went ahead and put a couple of rows of tatsoi, just to renew and refresh this bed. Now they go to this sprinkler stake, and then from here forward is pak choi. Let me rescue this guy from getting crushed. So those are pak choi. I put the extra broccoli here. You saw me earlier ripping out the mature tatsoi, so I made room for these here. And that is what the pak choi is going to look like. They're the short stubby ones. That's why I call them baby pak choys. They are the variety of Lai Ren. I got them from Johnny's Seeds. In fact, I got all these seeds from Johnny's Seeds. And they have a great germination rate. Here's some more maturing Napa cabbage, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to taste them. That's one of my very favorite cabbages. And the rest of it is just trucking on. I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, take in my harvest of tatsoi, start processing it. That's one of the things that I haven't gotten used to yet is obviously when you grow a lot, you have to process a lot, and it's easy to do things out here and then not really follow up with it inside and take care of you know, processing it, preserving it, you know, eating it. So that's another reason I'm thankful for the Friday market, so that we can get some of this sold, which is our goal anyway, is to share with the community as well as support ourselves and eat healthily, and just take advantage of good organically grown produce. All right, I'm inside now. I've got all of this tatsoi on the table with an exception of this Napa. So all of this is tatsoi. What I'm going to do, and I think the best way to do it, process it all, is to put it in a big soup, because this stuff cooks down quite significantly, and so you have to have a lot in order to feel like you've got a good amount of it in anything. So I think that's what I'm going to work on today, and I will bring you along.